My 2020 Specialized Turbo Levo had been flashing blue and red lights for some time. I had a search on the internet and it suggested to me that the battery in the TCU needed to be replaced. I've had a bit of a look online for a video showing me how this could be done, but couldn't find anything that seemed suitable or was in English, so I thought I'd make my own. I've noticed that when I turn the bike on and the blue and red lights are flashing, after a while it'll stop doing this and just go to showing the normal solid blue lights. I have no idea if this behaviour is the same on other bikes. On my bike it took just a little over 1 minute before the red and blue lights stopped flashing and went back to just the plain solid blue normal lights. There we go, done. 1 minute and 8 seconds. Now let's turn the TCU off. To remove the TCU, you're going to need a Torx T10 screwdriver. This screwdriver can be used to undo the single screw that holds the TCU into the bike frame. With the screw removed, the next step is to gently remove the TCU from the bike frame. With the TCU extracted, the rubber cover can be opened to reveal the location of the USB port and the battery. You'll see there's a plastic moulding on the top of the unit which shows what size battery to use and which way the battery should be put into the unit. You will need a 1620 size battery to replace the one that's in there, and just by sheer luck I happen to be using the same brand of battery as the one that was already in the bike. Something I'd recommend doing is placing some tape over the bottom of the frame where the unit goes in to prevent the little spring thing from scratching the paint. I found getting the battery out of the unit to be quite difficult. I tried using tweezers and I could not find any that would reach in far enough to extract the battery, and the only thing that really worked for me was to use a small precision screwdriver and gently rotate and slide the battery out. I found this to be quite a fiddly operation and it took me a couple of goes to be successful. You can see that there's a little metal tab that's on the top of the battery that holds it in, and as you're levering it up you need to also move this out of the way. With the old battery out, it's time to extract a new battery from the new battery pack and get ready to insert it. When we're inserting the battery, the new battery in, you can see we need to push it in far enough so that the little tab pops out. With the battery reinserted, it's time to close the rubber dust cap and make sure it's securely over the top of the TCU. We could then turn the TCU on to see that if it's working properly with the new battery. And after that's done, it's simply a matter of reinserting the TCU into the frame and doing up the single screw after removing the piece of tape we put in to protect the paint. So that's it, it's pretty straightforward. I don't think the design of the TCU for getting the battery out is really very good. One of the worst I've ever seen in anything actually. But with a little bit of patience it can be done using this technique. I hope this helps. Thank you.